Social media has become a powerful force driving overconsumption, especially among younger generations. Platforms like TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, they are filled with influencers constantly promoting new products and trends. And this, in the long run, creates an endless cycle of desire for the latest and greatest item.
I mean, I just kind of felt like that social media and Twitter is what's destroying this country anyway. So that's how I feel about it, from politics to sports to whatever. It gives people a platform to and then other people are like needling it and they're sitting at home and they're late on a payment. So anyway, that's how I feel.
These influencers, they're often seen as aspirational figures, and they showcase lavish lifestyles and an ever-changing array of products. Their posts and their videos makes it seem like endless happiness and fulfillment comes from owning the right things. And this leads many followers, particularly impressionable teens and young adults, to buy items that they do not even really need just to keep up with the trends or to emulate their favorite online personalities. Before I go on, let me introduce myself. Hi guys, my name is Joel and welcome to my channel. On this channel, I just speak about anything I want to speak about, whether they are trendy or not. So if video essays or commentaries, even documentaries are your cup of tea, thank you so much for watching, and kindly like, subscribe, share this video with your friends and family, and it would really mean the world to me. So before I go on, I just got a new kitten. His name is Orion, and I don't know why I got a kitten after I literally raised a kitten literally last year, and raising a kitten is not easy, and I just got another one and he's just been having the zoomies. When I'm around, he's a very clingy kitten, and when I don't give him the attention he needs, he thinks he can destroy anything. Can you guys hear that? Literally, that is him. He is the cutest thing ever, but he's beginning to act like a kitten. So if you guys hear any noise, please understand I have a kitten who is very, very curious, and he is scared to go out because he is scared of the bigger cat, Gizmo, who is 10 years old. But that being said, let's get into the word for today. So the word for today is embrace uncertainty, for within it lies endless possibilities. Embrace uncertainty, for within it lies endless possibilities. And this is from my journal, Manifest Your Vision Journal. It's a guided journal and it's a complete guide to journaling. It has original shadow work prompts, brain dump, dream journaling, etc. So if you're into journaling and you just need something to help you along the way on your self-development journey, my journal is literally the best for you. And that being said, let's get straight into this video. Okay guys, before we get straight into this video, there's something I want to do. I just thought that since I love animals so much and I have literally 3 cats, if you have a cat or a dog or any pets, you could send a picture of your cats, your dogs, or any pets you have to my email address, which is in the description box. And at the end of each video, I'm just going to feature a picture of your pet once a week, if that's totally fine, if it's something you would want to do. So on the picture, just put the name of your pet or the name of your cat, and maybe if you want to put your Instagram page or your YouTube page, anything is fine, just put it there. And almost every week I will just feature your pet, whatever pet you have, at the end of my videos once a week. The problem with overconsumption is that it is compounded by the instant gratification of online shopping and targeted ads that follow users across platforms. Social media algorithms, they are all designed to keep people scrolling and exposed to more content, which includes sponsored ads and product placement. And this constant bombardment of consumerist messaging can wear down even the most budget-conscious individuals. Fast fashion is a prime example of how social media fuels overconsumption. Influencers, they promote cheap, trendy clothing that is meant to be worn only a few times, then discarded. And this leads to massive waste and environmental damage, with millions of tons of clothing ending up in the landfill. This cycle of overconsumption isn't just bad for the environment, it can also harm people's financial well-being and mental health. Many users, especially the younger ones, they've admitted to overspending just to keep up with the lifestyle that they see portrayed online. And this can lead to debt and anxiety about finances. Some influencers, they've started to push back against this trend with the influencing content, where they discourage followers from buying unnecessary products.
Time for a little more de-influencing. There is actually no such thing as an Amazon must-have. Hot girls are doing this, the cool girls are doing that. Do you mean the rich girls? Be honest, most people don't have guest bathroom drawers stocked with an entire minis aisle from Sephora. Most people don't even have a guest bathroom. Most people don't have the time, money, energy, or privilege to prioritize a perfect 7-day-a-week workout split that they stick to without fail no matter what. And a lot of times the people who do are monetizing it. And that's fine, I just thought you should know. Dupes don't really work if you're gonna buy 12 of them trying to replicate the real thing. On the other hand, the same lip color doesn't really look good on everybody. You'll probably be more comfortable if you figure out what you like best. If you have the extra time and money, that's probably a better use of your time and money. You don't need a different plastic container to corral everything that's in your home. That one's for me. And most importantly, the time that it takes to go cast a ballot or to contact your representatives or to just sign a single petition is time really well spent. Those things are built to be annoying. They're built to feel futile. They're built to be complicated and confusing and bureaucratic and boring. Don't let that stand between you and the power of your voice. Okay, I love you. Bye.
However, this movement is still small compared to the overwhelming tide of consumerism on social media platforms. For example, I have a video on underconsumption, and in that video I spoke about how underconsumption is a trend, meanwhile it's just a normal way of life. Because of how much overconsumption has been normalized, underconsumption is literally a trend, meanwhile is how you should be living your everyday life. And I broke down underconsumption in different forms. So if it's something that you want to watch after this video, the link is going to be in the description box or it's going to be up here, so kindly click on that if you want to watch it. But then I gave a more extensive and descriptive essay on underconsumption. Anyways, this brings us to the new trend of overconsumption, which is crumble cookies. This trend has been going on for a while, but a recent development in this case just made me realize that the world is indeed truly ending, and people just follow trends or just do anything as my camera is moving because of my cat, so take two. Orion, stop it. He knows what he's doing is not good. Orion, I don't know why I got a kitten when I literally forgot how they used to act. This brings us to a new trend of overconsumption, which is crumble cookies. This trend has been going on for a while, but a recent development in this case just made me realize that the world is truly ending and that people just follow trends to do just anything, and how the fear of missing out is or can be very, very dangerous to people, especially the younger generation. So now let's talk about the problem with crumble cookie. Obviously, I'm late to the party of speaking about crumble cookies. Almost every commentary channel has spoken about crumble cookies, but like I said, a recent development has made me realize that not everybody is okay. Crumble cookies has sparked a trend of overconsumption, particularly among younger consumers, driven largely by social media and influencer marketing. This brand's unique selling point is rotating menu of cookie flavors that changes weekly. So basically, every week they change the cookie on the menu, and obviously because they are doing this, it just creates a sense of urgency and scarcity, and like I said, the fear of missing out. And this strategy just encourages customers to visit the store frequently and to buy these products frequently. And honestly, the cookies are not cheap and they have large amounts of calories in each cookies. And because this strategies encourages people to visit frequently, these people, that is the people at the other end of the screen, the customers, the consumers, they have this fear of missing out because these cookies, they have limited time. They only last in the menu for a week. And influencers, they've played a very significant role in popularizing crumble cookies, and they've showcased these cookies in their videos, in their reviews. People have done mukbangs about it, which often features them consuming multiple cookies all in one go. This behavior normalizes binge eating and it contributes to a culture of overindulgence. Many users, they report consuming an entire cookie all at once, despite the nutritional information indicating that a single cookie can contain up to 900 calories and has excessive amount of sugar, which, let's be realistic, is not healthy. Critics, they've raised concerns about the health implication of such high calories, noting that the cookies are marketed heavily to children and young adults. A class action lawsuit has even been filed against Crumbl cookies for allegedly misleading consumers about the calorie count by only displaying the calories for a quarter of a cookie unless users click for more details. This is the same thing as when influencers have adverts in their videos and they just put the ad down there, or like I spoke about Bloom Nutrition and how they are influencers, the influencers of Bloom Nutrition, they just show the video. They don't even say if it's an ad or anything. They just do product placement while they are speaking about nonsense in their videos, boring stories, and because the bloom is just there, they don't even indicate if it's an ad or not. And literally, that's the same thing Crumbl cookies were doing. They would just put calorie for just a fraction of the cookie, except, and how many people, even when it comes to terms and condition, how many people read the terms and condition? You just click accept. People don't really read terms and conditions. So Crumbl cookies, what were they doing? They literally just put a fraction of the calorie like on the big screen. So if you do not click see more, you would not know that a single cookie could contain 900 calories. The combination of influencer endorsement and the brand's marketing tactic just creates an environment where overconsumption is not only encouraged but celebrated. As consumers flock to try new flavors every week, they contribute to a cycle that prioritizes immediate gratification over mindful eating habits. And I know there'll be someone out there coming out to say, oh, we should be able to eat whatever we want, this or that, because there's always someone there in the comments, blah, 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 whatever. Before you put that comment down there, this is not the channel for that, okay? This is not the channel for that, okay? I could go on and on and on, but this is really not the channel for that, okay? The combination of influencer endorsement and the brand's marketing tactic just creates an environment where overconsumption is not only encouraged but celebrated. As consumers flock to try new flavors every week, they contribute to a cycle that prioritizes immediate gratification over mindful eating habits. And this trend just raises important questions about health, sustainability, and the influence of social media on consumer behavior. So that brings us to the Crumbl cookie fake scam. Recently, a fake Crumbl cookie pop-up in Sydney, Australia generated significant backlash after it was revealed to be unofficial and disappointing.
Come with me to the Crumbl cookie pop-up in Sydney at Bondi. I was actually really sketched out because I found this through TikTok and Instagram, and it wasn't endorsed by Crumbl, but I went there anyways. It was next to this gas station, and oh my god, look at the line. There were so many people. We arrived 30 minutes before the pop-up, but there were still so many people in front of us. And because the line was so long and we were in front of a gas station, everyone was just staring at what was even going on. And then we got a jump scare because the girl who was taking our orders like showed us the menu, and it was $17.50 per cookie. And we were gonna get 3 until we saw the prices, so we were like, let's just get 2. But I think the cookies are so hyped about because there was like a little fight in the front of the line. I don't even know what was happening. We got them and go to part 2 for the...
On September 29th, an invite-only event just drew a long line of eager fans hoping to taste the popular American cookies that have gained traction on social media. However, people that attended, they quickly expressed their dissatisfaction with the steep prices, which valued at 17.50 Australian dollars per cookie. 17.50 Australian dollars per cookie. They also spoke about the state offering, which many people described to be unworthy of the hype. The pop-up was organized by a group that imported these cookies from America, but it was not endorsed by Crumbl Cookie. And customers, they paid up to 75 Australian dollars for a few cookie, only to find out that they were not fresh to start with and it did not meet their expectations. Influencers who attended also shared their experiences online, with some people claiming that the cookies tasted like something that they could easily make at home. In response to the backlash, the organizers, they defended themselves and they came out to say that they never ever claimed to be an official Crumbl store, and they provided receipts to prove the importation of the cookies. Even though on some TikTok videos we could really see Crumbl Cookies, the poster on it, it did not say we are not officially sponsored by Crumbl Cookies. It took people to call the cookies out for them to come out and be like, oh, we're not officially sponsored by Crumbl Cookies, which after they went to their Instagram to put not officially sponsored by Crumbl Cookies after the backlash had come out, allegedly. Despite their explanation, this event just left many people feeling like they've been scammed, and it also led to the banning of their Instagram accounts and the removal of related TikTok videos.
That is disgusting.
That Crumbl Cookies pop-up in Australia, total sham. Co-founder Sawyer Hemsley confirmed that his brand was not affiliated with the disastrous event at all. We don't blame him.
This is actually very bad.
There was like a little fight in the front of the line.
So after a very official-looking Crumbl Sydney TikTok account popped up, Aussies were really excited.
Guys.
And then really outraged.
Terrible. $75 for 5.
In terms of freshness, 0 out of 5.
That might be because the cookies were flown in from the US on a Tuesday, but then sold on a Sunday. But don't worry, organizers say they didn't break any laws. They say that they clearly stated that they were just fans importing, barely made any profit, and complied with all trademark and import rules. So, no hard feelings?
The moral of the story here, Crumbl Cookie isn't all that.
Interestingly, this controversy has prompted Crumbl Cookies to plan an official store outlet out in Australia, and the company, they expressed their surprise and their gratitude for the support from Australian fans, and now they are looking to have one of their locations in Australia, but I don't know if they're going to go on with that. Now, while these people who imported food from abroad did whatever they did, things could have gone left. Things could have easily gone left. There are dangers that are involved when you import food from abroad. I mean, ketchup in America has so many ingredients, but ketchup in the UK has just 2 ingredients, which is tomato and vinegar. But it's still owned by Heinz. Is that how it's pronounced? But it's still owned by Heinz. Is it Heinz or Heinz? I don't know. But yeah, it's still owned by Heinz. Even Fanta in America is different from Fanta in the UK. It's even different from Fanta in Nigeria, because each country, they allow certain things that can be eaten by the people who they cater for. Does that make sense? For example, I've said this in many of my videos, healthcare in the UK is literally free. So obviously, the UK, because they are providing for the health of the people who live here, they will not want people, or they will not want products in the UK to have certain things that maybe America allow in their food, because I don't think healthcare in America is as free as it is in the UK. So because of that, the regulation of imported things, or how things are being imported, especially when it comes to things that are being consumed in the UK, will be more regulated than how it is in America. I hope you guys understand that. Literally, BBL, we had the first person to ever die from BBL in the UK 2 weeks ago, to show you how the UK honestly values the health of, I'm not saying other countries don't, but because people don't really pay for healthcare here in the UK, so the government do everything possible to make sure that they don't spend that extra money for unnecessary things, or things that can easily be avoided. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. And I'm not putting a jab at America or whatever, because sometimes people think I'm putting a jab at America, despite these are things that are being reported in the news. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. But anyways, let's continue. So why am I going ahead with all this? What I'm trying to say is that importing food from abroad carries significant risk and challenges, especially when it comes to ensuring compliance with the FDA standards. So FDA is Food and Drug Administration. So let me tell you guys dangers of importing food from abroad. First of all, food and safety risk. Imported foods may be contaminated with pathogens, chemicals, or even other hazards due to the differences in agricultural practices, sanitation standards, or environmental conditions in the country of origin. Secondly, regulatory differences. Food safety regulations, they vary widely between countries, potentially leading to products that do not meet US standards, like I said before. Another thing you should note, like dangers of importing food from abroad, is the supply chain complexity. Long distance transportation and multiple handling points increases the risk of contamination or spoilage. Like I said, people who tasted the cookies in Australia, they were like, this cookie tastes stale, it doesn't taste fresh. Of course, it's not going to taste fresh because it was imported from USA. And Australia is literally, its continent is called Oceania. How many people know that Oceania is a continent? It's that far. Australia is far from the whole world. It's far from the UK, far from Africa, far from fucking America. So obviously, imagine transporting from America to Australia, and the ingredients could contain milk, and milk is never allowed to stay for that long. Contain a lot of things, but then that is what you're selling to consumers here in Australia. What if things had gone left? What if someone had severe food poisoning? You people do not take the time to literally analyze situation before you put yourself in it. And no, they did not seek approval from the FDA, because if they seek approval from the FDA, or if they had gotten approval from the FDA, they would not delete their fucking Instagram. They would not put that disclaimer, and they would definitely not have imported the cookies from America, because that's the first error they ever did. Also, another danger of importing food from abroad is fraudulent practices. It could create fraudulent practices. Some foreign suppliers may engage in food fraud, misrepresenting products or using unapproved additives. Now, let's talk about the importance of following the FDA compliance. Every country has an FDA, and every country has FDA rules and regulations. First of all, when you want to start a food industry or whatever, there are several things you have to comply with when it comes to the FDA. So I'm going to tell you guys the importance of FDA compliance. First of all, one, legal requirements. All imported foods, they must comply with the same FDA standards as domestic products. This includes meeting safety, wholesomeness, and labeling requirements. Literally, I've been a barista or the barista earlier this year. We had to label every single thing. When is it going to expire? When was it opened? How long can it last for? Especially when it comes to fresh products, especially when it comes to milk, you have to label every single thing. Another importance of FDA compliance is prior notice. Importers, they must notify the FDA before food is offered for import, allowing for more effective targeting of inspections. Another importance is registration. Food facilities, both domestic and foreign, must register with the FDA, which I doubt those people did. Another one is inspection and sampling. The FDA conducts field examination, and it also analyzes samples of imported foods just to ensure that each person or each company is in compliance with the regulation of the FDA. Importing food products from abroad carries inherent risks that cannot be overlooked. When food items crosses international borders without proper authorization and oversight, they bypass crucial safety checks that are designed to protect public health. It's not about you. It's not about what you get at the end of the day. Because when they come out, they'll be like, oh, it's not about the money. It's because we want our people to also experience crumble cookies in Australia. So where is the money going to? Are they not paying you money? 17 freaking Australian dollars when a cookie or a crumble cookies, I don't know how much it is. Can someone tell me how much it is? $17. That is a lot of money. And you're coming out saying, oh, it's not about the money. We just wanted the Australians to taste how crumble cookie is. Meanwhile, when they tasted it, they were like, oh my God, it's stale. And as soon as Americans try it and they like it.
Not good.
Donut, but it's so heavy on the nutmeg. Like, this bitch is spiced. It tastes like a Christmas cookie, and it ain't the time of year for this shit. I'm cool on that.
But like, if you're going to import something from America to Australia, that is a long journey. You don't expect it to still taste fresh, especially with the amount you imported. I think they imported over 4,000 cookies, and they were selling a bundle for like 75 Australian dollars. So if you're buying like 2 bundles, that's literally $150. These people were making money on something or for something that wasn't even theirs and putting the health of the public at risk. In the case of crumble cookies, there was no guarantee that the cookies were even stored or transported at appropriate temperatures during their journey from Hawaii, USA to Australia. This lack of proper handling could potentially lead to the growth of bacteria or spoilage in this cookie, and also it could, like I said earlier, it could pose health risk to consumers. Moreover, different countries, they have varying regulations for food ingredients, additives, and also labeling. And the unauthorized importations of these cookies means that they may not have met with Australian food safety standards. Let's just wrap this up with a friendly take on the whole crumble cookie saga or craze or whatever it is. Let me just tell you guys something. Crumble cookie, they took the world by storm. They've taken the world by storm, and boy, it has been a wild ride. Those giant gourmet cookies, because they are big as fuck, those cookies are so huge with their ever-changing flavors. They have us all hooked. Everybody is hooked. Everybody wants to taste it, especially if you're not from the USA. Everybody is hooked except me though. I really don't like cookies. The only cookies honestly, I actually really don't like cookies. I really don't like cookies. I could eat a cookie, but it's not something I'll be like, oh, I want to try. Yeah, I really don't like cookies, to be fair. So obviously, crumble cookie coming out, changing their flavors every week is like a treasure hunt every week. And these people, they know it, and they're also driving overconsumption because they know that the younger generation, they would not want to, or they'll be scared to miss out, and it creates this fear of missing out, because if a cookie is changing every week, everybody will be like, oh, let's go every week. It just creates this momentum. And let's also talk about the people who are even baking these cookies in the store. Like, how long do they have to learn to make this cookie? It's going to be stress on them. Nobody's even thinking about them. The stress is going to hold on them. It's going to be very, very significant, and it will make them tired because every week they have to learn a new recipe on how to create these cookies. So let's go to my kitchen because I'm craving me cake. So let's go to my kitchen and let's bake that for a moment, okay? But anyways, let's be real for a second. We've all gone a little cookie crazy. I understand that it can be very, very tempting to try every flavor and share our hauls on TikTok, our mukbangs on TikTok, and maybe, just maybe, people who have eaten this cookie, they've eaten way more than they've planned. And I mean, who could resist when these cookies, I'm not gonna lie, they look really, really good. And I'm someone, I love caramel, so I've seen a cookie that has caramel and I'm like, that's something I would really like to try. And again, they look aesthetically pleasing, and people nowadays, they're more about the aesthetic than what is really, really in it. But here's the thing. While crumble cookies are undeniably delicious, we've got to remember that moderation is key, and it's okay to enjoy these sweet, tasty cookies, these sweet, tasty treats. But maybe, just maybe, we don't need to try all 4 flavors in one sitting. We don't need to do that. Even if our taste buds are begging us to, I don't think we need to try all 4 flavors in one sitting. If one cookie allegedly has 900 calories in one sitting, that's fucking at the end of the day is gonna end. And crumble cookie, or the craze around this crumble cookie, is a perfect example of how social media can turn a simple cookie to a global trend. You understand, it's fun, it's exciting, and it's brought a lot of joy to people who love cookies everywhere. But let us try to enjoy our cookies responsibly, shall we? So next time you're standing in line at Crumbl, excited to try the new flavor of the week and treat yourself, just remember that your body and probably your wallet will thank you in the near future if you do not make this a daily habit. After all, the best way to enjoy a cookie is guilt-free with a big smile on your face. That being said, that brings us to the end of this video. This video is still being edited. Right now I'm going to my best friend's place because she got me a new MacBook. Actually, it's not a new MacBook. She said she used her MacBook because my MacBook has been crashing out. You guys know that. So yeah, my best friend got me a MacBook and I'm really excited for that. So she's giving me her MacBook. I'm excited, but thank you guys so much. She just messaged me. If you made it to the end, kindly like, subscribe, share this video if you care, and thank you so much. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. But that being said, see you. Bye.